Well, what we've got here is a good old-fashioned hoedown. That's terrible. Cue the music. So first up is Farmhouses. This is by Classic, 13.64 megabyte and download. And as you can imagine, they're going to be found under Farmhouses. Now, we've got three different versions. We've got a 50 grand version. We've then got a 70 grand version. And then we've got the 80 grand version on the end. Now, I'd say the difference between them is obviously going to be the finishing on the outside. So this one looks like it's, let's face it, it's been knocked up. You know, with some bricks you've got lying around. It hasn't had any plaster put on the outside, but... Alright, fair enough. So you got your sleep trigger at the front door just there. You got your wardrobe trigger by the back door, side door, if you want to call it. I mean, to be fair, the texturing, if you want to go for that sort of, you know, cheap farmhouse has just been built, yeah, that definitely fits in nicely. Or if you want to go for a more finished version, yeah, we'll go with that. So the sleep triggers and the wardrobe trigger are going to be in the same position, but obviously it's got a little bit of a better aesthetic. Maybe you paid a little bit more to the builder. And then we got this one on the end. Now, same sort of style. So you got this nice wooden veranda, balcony, whatever you want to call it. But obviously it's in a white finish rather than the, what, terracotta? Yeah, we'll go with that anyway. And that being said, I mean, they're all great. And next up is Polish Fertiliser Tank. This is by JMZ, 1.3 megabyte on the download, and you're going to find it under containers. Now, it's going to hold 10,000 litres, and it's only going to hold one thing. So you come over to the spanner like that, click on that, 10,000 litres, jobs are good, and that's the only thing you're going to be able to put in it. But once you have done, obviously fill your vehicle up, fill your vehicle. I suppose, yeah, if you've got the old Rubicon, probably would fill your vehicle up. Fill whatever implement you're using to put fertiliser in the ground. I mean, to be fair, I like the labels on the side, the old warning labels. Yeah, get your gas mask on. It's going to stink around here with all that fertiliser. And next up is Honey Pallet Rack. This is by Celtibero, 2.56 megabyte on the download. And as you can imagine, it's going to be under bees. Now, this is going to hold, obviously, your pallets of honey for when the bees have done their thing. So I reckon you're going to get, what, 2 on the bottom, 2 in the middle, 2 on the top. All right, fair enough. And then, obviously, if you've got the old liftable pallets mod on, you take it out. I mean, you could put it in there like that. There you are. I mean, you're going to have 6 all at the same time. Well, once it's full anyway. Oh, I like that. And next up is Weighing House. This is by Taxi 007, 0.35 megabyte on the download, and you're going to find it under tools. Now, it's going to cost you 40 grand. And obviously, it's going to be a weigh bridge for you keeping an eye on. Yeah, if you're using the old real weight. Yeah, if you're using that setting turned on, you might want to get one of these down, just so, you know, you keep in line with the local government, because you don't want those chasing after you. Alright, fair enough. Obviously, pull your vehicle, pull your trailer on here. It's going to give the digital output, and then, you know, just on your way. Ah, fair enough. Now, we're sticking with weigh bridges for the next one, because we've got the Weighingstation. This is by Holland HB Modding, Farmer MV, and Madara Farmer. 2.72 megabyte on the download, and again under tools. Now this one is only going to cost you 8 grand. Oh, that's quite cheap. Now you do have, well, I'd say like a going out lane and a going in lane, that sort of thing. So you come in, say like you're going and deliver some stuff. You know, you bring your trailer in, that's what you brought in, you know, sell it off, and then, you know, that's the exit lane, or maybe like the traffic for your cars, that sort of thing. Alright, fair enough. I mean, a bit of decorative objects down the side. Some old barrels. Bit of foliage. Yeah, very nice. And next up is Old Shed Pack. This is by CNX. 9.1 megabyte on the download. And as you can imagine, you're going to find them on the shed. Let's face it, it's in the name. So 15 grand for the 2-bay version. And then 17.5 grand for the 3-bay version. But to be fair, these look awesome. I mean, the texture on the brickwork, that looks great. I mean, you've got the dirtiness on the bottom. Yeah, these have been well used. These are well lived in. I would say these probably look like, you know, it's been around like a cow barn sort of thing. You know, got all the muck flicked up the side. Oh, fair enough. Right, next up is the Industrial Bakery. This is by Dougface, 9.21 megabyte on the download, and you're going to find it under factories. Now, it's going to cost you 90 grand to place down, and it's going to do your usual bakery shenanigans just a little bit quicker. Right, so we've got our loading in point just there. Obviously, we've got our pallet spawn point just there. We've got a load of bread done. I mean, you can pick those up. Yes, we can. And we'll come over here and we've got our production chain menu just there. So the standard sort of things, you've got your bread and your rice flour bread, and then your cake and your rice flour cake. So the usual stuff going in: butter, eggs, flour, milk, rice, strawberries and sugar. And then the standard things coming out. But the old cycles, that's what's going to be making it a better one on here. So your bread's going to be 120 cycles for your standard, and then 48 for your rice bread. You then got your 48 for your cakes, and then 48 for what? 48 for both styles of cake. Alright, fair enough. Get some bakery shenanigans done in a double quick time. And next up is flour production. This is by Agro Evolution, 18.28 megabyte on the download, and you're going to find it under factory. So 31 grand is what it's going to cost you, and you're going to be making, let's face it, a little bit of flour. So we've got our pallet spawn point on the front just there. Can we pick them up? Yes, we can, so that's always good. You've got your loading in point just there. We've got a taking out point, because this is going to give you a little bit of a byproduct. So we go in there. So you're going to do your usual 4, so your barley, your oats, your sorghum, and your wheat. But as a byproduct, you're going to get your flour, obviously, and then you're going to get a bit of pig food coming out of that pipe. Oh, fair enough. I mean, to be fair, that building does look great. And next up is the Tyrolean Dairy. This is by Tyrolean Hamad Modding, 47.29 megabyte on the download, and again under factories. So 230 grand to buy, and obviously it's going to do your usual dairy shenanigans. So you got your pallet spawn point just there, and we've got a pallet of, what did I put in here? What is it? Buffalo mozzarella. There you are. Pick them up, no problem. You got your loading in point just there, and then you got your production chain menu just here as well. Now, obviously, you can do your usual shenanigans, you know, whatever's going on. So your buffalo milk, your goat milk, and your normal milk, well, cow milk, we'll call it that anyway. And you're going to do your usual recipes coming out. But if you do fancy having a little bit of a role play sort of situation going on, well, you can open the door on this one, and you could potentially go in and make the cheese yourself, make the whatever you're doing in here. Well, you know, help it along a little bit. Maybe run the machines. Oh, that's all right, that is. Right, next up is Bunkersilo Pack. This is by Mopple, 29.12 megabyte on the download, and you're going to find it, as you can imagine, under silos. Now, we have got a couple of different versions, actually. So the first one is going to be this here, standard sort of like concrete bunker silo for you. That's going to come in 3 sizes. We'll zoom out a little. So we've got the large one, which is like that big. We then got the medium, which is that big, and then we've got the small one just here. Now, if you don't fancy the concrete version, well, you have got a dirt version, so straight onto the ground. Again, medium, large, and small. And we've also got this one, which looks exactly the same as that one. But all right, fair enough. Now, to go along with that, we have got a few other things under decorations, and we'll scroll all the way down to the bottom, because if there's not enough decorations in there, who knows. We then got this here. So we have got a cover plane. I mean, these are just decorations, so they don't function as anything. We then got some cover sandbags. We then got some tyres. We've then got a pallet truck. We've also got another pallet truck. We've got a bag, well, a pallet of sandbags. We've got a giant pile of tyres. And then we got another pallet of sandbags just there. Just for a little bit of decorations. You know, once you've got your silage on the go, you know, you've got your chaff all compacted, you blanketed down, chuck some of these just to keep it down in the wind, that sort of thing. All right, fair enough. Right, next up is a pneumatic conveyor for grain silos. This is by Paisal, 15.04 megabyte on the download. And as you can imagine, they're going to be on the silos. Now, we've got 3 different versions. All 3 of them hold 35,000 litres. But we've got a small one for 10 grand, a medium one for 10,200, and then a large one for 10,400. Obviously, the height of the pipe. Now, to be fair, these are sort of designed to go against a building. I mean, you could just leave them out in the open air like this, entirely up to you. But, you know, if you're going for the old aesthetic of it all, yeah, put them against a building. And then we've got these here. These are ace. Now, if you go into silos, we'll go and find these. We've got these here. So for the pipe there, just that little bit of pipe, that's going to add 5,000 litre capacity. And then for this one, it's going to add another 5,000 litres. It's tiny. Look at the size of it. You're going to have 5,000 litres going into that little pipe. Oh, that is ace. Now, whichever one you'll go for, you do have a little bit of a trick up its sleeve. Now, if you come over to these hatch marking areas here, so this side, disassemble the blower. There we are. Then we'll come over to this side, And we've got disassemble the blower again, which is actually the second pipe. And then once you've done, once you're ready to put some stuff back in, you come to it again, install it. So that's the taking out pipe just there. And then that one is the taking in pipe. Alright, fair enough. Next up is the Lizard Silo Pack. This is by Modding Association Katsuo. 23.92 megabyte on the download. And you're going to find them under silos, as you can well imagine. Now, we have got all of these silos. Now, they're varying in price, and obviously they vary in capacity. So we've got the smallest one there, 10 grand for 6,000 litre capacity. And obviously, as you get bigger, they're going to get more expensive. And then you get to the end, which is this one, which is going to cost you 71.5 grand. Now, obviously, if you didn't fancy it, well, if you've already got one of these down, or maybe a different silo altogether, and you fancy an extension, well, they've got you covered as well. Because under the extensions, you basically got the same capacities. 6,000, then it's going to cost you 10 grand, and then again, all the way up, and then till you get to the big one, which is that one on the end, 69.5 grand. Nice. Dear, oh dear. Obviously, you load in at the front, you take out at the pipe, jobs are good. I mean, to be fair, you got this like speckled texture on them. Oh, I like that. That is all right indeed. Right, next up is Buildable Feedlot Pack. This is by Schultz Modding, 3.11 megabyte on the download, and you're going to find them under cows. Now, we've got two versions here, 25 grand a piece. One has got orange gatage, fencage, whatever you want to call it, and the other one has got, I'd say, more of a wooden style. Now, we're not just finished here either, because let's face it, both of these are going to hold 1,000 cows. And that is all right indeed. Now, we'll come to the end over here, because we have got a few little things. First up being this. I think I've run this for like a month, and it's full already. Look at the state of it. Dear oh dear. So you're going to find this under silos. Now, we've got it here. Filling area. This is going to be for your... No, that's the one. There we are. Open heap. 4 million litre capacity. Obviously, it's going to be for your manure. We then come to this one over here, which is the fillable area. Filling area. Whatever you want to call it. And then we go into extensions. And we'll scroll down a little bit, because you've got one for your milk. It's going to hold 1 million litres of milk. And then one for your slurry, just there. That's going to hold 10 million litres of the old liquid stuff. Oh, fair enough. Now, if you come down and into decorations, we've got this here. This little, I'd say little. I mean, it is, it's a fairly decently sized tyre. Is it? Oh, it's under others, isn't it? There we are. That's better. Right, so we're going to there like that. There we are. 250 quid. That's what it's going to cost you. It's just for decoration, so I wouldn't, be that too fussed about it. But all right, no problem. You got your animal dialogue box just there. You can open these gates if you wanted to. Come to this end. There we are. Did I press it? There we are. That's better. So you could facilitate bringing a trailer down if you wanted to. No problem. Close it up. Don't mean beef burgers running down the road. No, close. Come on. That's better. Did I press it? Yes, I did. There we are. Right. So you come over here and you got your loading in point for your food and your straw, which is interesting because normally things like this, a pasture, you wouldn't have straw or slurry coming off of it, and you would need to put some water in. But this you don't. It's just straight up food and straw goes in. Obviously, this one's going to be exactly the same. And then when you get to the other end where we've got our stuff, obviously we've got the manure heap, no problem. And then we've got our tank and our slurry tank just there. This fillable area, you need to put this sort of near the tank or the slurry tank, whatever, because you're going to be able to fill up from either of these out of this one point. That is ace. Oh, I do like that. I'm not quite sure what's going on with this pile, mind you. Now, that is a huge pile of stuff. But that is ace. Filling two things up at the same place. Oh, I like that. That is all right indeed. Right, next up is Building Package. This is by Pizermic 23433, 57.71 megabyte on the download. And the first off, you're going to be finding it under sheds, 10.5 grand to buy. We then move over to this one, which is going to be found under your tool category, because it's going to be obviously a workshop. So there it is, 22.5 grand to buy. Then we come across to this one, which is going to be found under cows, because obviously it's going to have some cows in, 40 grand. It's going to hold 20 cows. Then we come across to this one, which is going to be under your farmhouses, because obviously you need somewhere to stay the night. So this one, I'm going to scroll down and find it. There we are. 45 grand, jobs are good 'un. To be fair, they look alright. I mean, once you get inside, looks like they've been used a little. You know, a little lived in. We've got some chopped up wood there as well with a little axe. Oh, that's alright. That is alright indeed. And we'll come over here and we've got our workshop. So can we go into this one? Oh, we can. Yes, we can. Oh, inside there. Saying that, that's a nice little house on its own. Oh, you could have a kip on there, no problem. Looks like a flat oven hot plate, sort of Argus style cooker just there. Nice little fridge. Oh, I like that. Like that a lot. Then we'll come around here and we've got this door. We'll open up that one. There we are. Inside here, we can open up. Oh, actually, what's around here? Little cubby hole. All right, fair enough. Open up that door. In there is going to be your workshop trigger. So it's sort of little workbench, little office. And in here is going to be your actual shed, garage, whatever you want to call it. I mean, to be fair, I like the fact that you got little hatch marking areas where the triggers are. So for the doors and whatever, you just come there like that. There we are. Fair enough. Fair enough indeed. Then we got our cow barn. So you got your milk taking out point. You got your animal dialogue box just there. You got the doors that open up like that. And we've got a trigger here as well. Put up the ladder. Oh, indeed. Right. Okay, let's go upstairs. We'll open up that door. That is ace. Oh, I like that. And then once you're inside, a bit of a hayloft on the go. And we've got this door that opens up the other end as well. That is ace. That is ace indeed. And when you're done with the ladder, you just come over here and you remove the ladder and it takes it away. Oh, fair enough. So once you're in here, we've got these doors that open up as well. So a little bit of potentially handball storage. Maybe. You got some pallets, got some bales on the go, whatever. There's your tank in there. And obviously you got your food and your straw goes into that one. We'll come to the other end. We'll open up that door like that. There we are. Spin it around. And we got another ladder. Because you can go up to that one if you wanted to. And you got your slurry taken out point just there. And we'll come around to the house. So we've got our wardrobe trigger at the side door. It's alright. Got the light on as well. Outside light. Alright, for when it's dark. Then we come around here on the porch, patio, whatever you want to call it. There's your sleep trigger. That being said, I like that cow barn. We can put away the ladder if you wanted to. Leave it out. Yeah, maybe don't crash into it, mind you, with the tractor. But I like them. They're ace. And next up is Hall Workshop. This is by 750 Ti Modding, 16.68 megabyte on the download, and you're going to find it under sheds. Now it's going to cost you 35 grand to buy. Once you get it placed down, you can go and have a little bit of a look. I mean, to be fair, I like those windows. It's like they've got a little bit of dirt on. They could do it for clean, mind you, but okay, fair enough. I mean, the doors look ace as well. Definitely lived in. I mean, that's the word to use for it. And once you get inside, you've got your workshop trigger just there. So obviously, open up the big doors, get your vehicles in, no problem. Got your light switch on just there for when it's dark at night. Then we'll come out of there, and we've got this side of the building. So we'll come out here like that. There we are. Open up those doors. And inside is going to be a big storage area. That's alright, that is. I mean, I do like that on the windows. Just the dirtiness. Just starting off, you know, could do with a little bit of a clean. It's like that old tempered glass from school that's got the metal in so it doesn't shatter. Oh, fair enough. Right, next up is South Brazil Silos package. This is by Gian FS, 15.58 megabyte on the download, and you're going to find them, as you can imagine, under silos. Now, we've got two different versions, and then two different versions of those as well. So we've got the small one, which is going to hold 200,000 litres, and then we've got the big one, which is going to hold 600,000 litres. So 150 grand for the big one, 95 grand for the small one. Now, the two different versions, as you can tell from here, it's going to be the colours. So we click on one like that. You have the customization option. You got your Model 1, Model 2. Obviously, one's a concrete style, one's a brick style. Then you can change the colour as well. Go for those. It's going to do the framework. Pink metal framework. Why not? So you got your taking out point just there for you. We'll come around here and we'll open up this door. There we are. And once you're inside, there's your loading in point. Jobs are good 'un. We've got a little bit of a side piece on the go there as well. And obviously the bigger one is exactly the same as you got your taking out point just there. Your loading in point is going to be obviously in the building. There we are. Well, right down that end, to be fair. Open up the door the other end, drive through option, and then a bigger side piece on the go. That being said, they're alright, they are. Next up is Extended Forage Harvester Pickup. This is by Warthog Mods, 84 kilobyte on the download. To be fair, this one got me foxed a little, I must admit, because I was looking in the old mods and DLCs and it's not there. That's because it's sort of like a background thing. It extends, as the name would suggest, the Extended Forage Harvester Pickup, because it now allows you to pick up hay and straw with the Forage Harvester Pickups. Oh, fair enough. I mean, to be fair, that would make it loads easier because you've got a forage harvester, with a massive trailer on the back, towing it behind. You can just pick up loads of stuff all at once. Oh, that's ace. Right, next up is Gas Can. This is by Yellow from Sea Egg. 0.35 megabyte on the download, and you're going to find it under miscellaneous. Now, it's going to cost you 150 to buy. It's going to have 100 litres. Obviously, you're going to be able to pick it up, so you chuck it in the back of your pickup truck. So if you ever get caught short, out in the field and you run out of diesel, this is going to sort you out nicely. Right, next up is the STIHL MS 500i. This is by Gamer HZS FSH, 1.4 megabyte on the download. Now, if you come down to your mods and DLCs and try and click on it there, it just says there's no item on this page. No, you need to go up to the actual shop icon just in there. So chainsaws, and you're going to be finding it on the end just there. It's going to cost you 1100, and it's going to be obviously a chainsaw. Still branded, chop some trees down, jobs are good. Right, next up is Silopress 33. This is by Ready90, 6.2 megabyte on the download, and you're going to find it under Silo Compaction. Now, it's got a 3.3 meter working width and a 3 mile an hour working speed for $6,500. To be fair, if you're in a Bunkersilo, you're not really going to want much bigger than that, to be fair, because, let's face it, unless you've got a massive Bunkersilo, you're limited for space. I mean, I do like it that it looks like, some old train wheels welded together. Fair enough. And next up is the Trailed Lifter. This is by Owner Emery, 2.98 megabyte on the download, and you're going to find it under miscellaneous. Now, it's going to cost you 15 grand, and this is awesome. If you've got a tractor that probably doesn't like too much weight on the back wheels, on the back 3-point, wow, you can extend it out a little and have a trailer with a 3-point on the back, because, why not? Why not indeed? It takes the weight off the back of your tractor. That is awesome. You have got the option to change the colour, so that is going to be whatever you like. We are limited colour mod. Oh, I like that. That is ace. And next up is Cargo Cart. This is by PT Mods, 1.02 megabyte on the download, and you're going to find it under miscellaneous. Now, this is awesome. Right, it's got a 20 horsepower engine. We'll use that. You'll see what I mean in a minute. It's got a 4 mile an hour top speed, and it's going to cost you 200. You do have the option of designs. You've got 1 or 2. It's going to be the brackets for the wheels, either red or silver. Then you've got your main colour. Let's do the usual. It's going to do the old bed, the old trailer bed, whatever you want to call it. Design colour. Wow, that's a lot to start with, I must admit. It's going to do everything else. Now, when I say 20 horsepower, it's because you've got to push it along. Let's just say that. So you get into it like a normal vehicle. You got first person, you got third person. Jobs are good, and you do need to start the engine up, which is yourself. But okay, and obviously it's like one of those trolleys that you have going around the shops. Maybe like a DIY shop, maybe on like a B&Q if you're from the UK, or like a Home Depot if you're from America. So you put it on there like that. Obviously, you get back in the vehicle, you put the straps on, and then away you go. Take them out to your car. Oh, that is awesome. And next up is the Madara Agro Dunav RNT series. This is by Eid123, 36.45 megabyte on the download, and you're going to find them under trailers. Now, we've got 4 in this pack, and let's face it, all the options are pretty much the same. So we have got a RNT 14, 10,000 litre capacity. The RNT 17 is going to be a 15,000 litre capacity. The RNT 17T is going to have a 15,000 litre capacity. And then the RNT 26 is going to have a 22,000 litre capacity. Now, all these are going to hold your loose croppage, fair enough. But apart from the RNT 17T, they're all swivel axle. So I'm going to ignore those because I don't like them. Fair enough. So you have the option of configurations. So we've got standard, extension, bale trailer, and then back to standard. Now the extension doesn't seem to be doing much, to be fair, because when you put it on, that's not an extension, that's a grain door. All right, fair enough, we'll carry on. Then got Continental, Trelleborg, BKT, Vredestein, Continental. I mean, Trelleborg has got it's got some wide tyres, that's all right, I must admit. Then you've got the option of cover, yes or no. Obviously, that will disappear if you go for the bale trailer. That being said, it looks all right. I mean, don't get me wrong, yeah, go for the grain door, not an extension. All right, fair enough. And next up is the Boeckmann TLAAL Pack. This is by Castan 18, 18.75 megabyte on the download, and you're going to find them under trailers. Now, first off, we got this, the TLAAL 2513-135. That's a lot of numbers in the name, just saying 2,700 to buy. You have the option of wheel setup standard, standard again, standard 2, and then back to standard. You got your rim colour, which is obviously going to be your rims. Now, obviously, it's a little trailer. I reckon you get 2 pallets in there, mind you. You know, that sort of thing. Sort of move your stuff around. You think that's a little too small. Well, they've got the twin axle version. So a little bit more expensive, 3,339. And it's got the name of TLAAL 2513-20. Dear, oh dear. Same options as before. You pick whichever one you want. But, you know, a little trailer, behind your car. You know, a couple of pallets in there, no problem. Right, so we go from small trailers to something giant. The Goldhofer STZ Special Low Loader. This is by Woodcraft Modding, 8.35 megabyte on the download, and you're going to find it under low loaders. Now, it's going to cost you 133 grand if you don't have the optional extras. That's better. Now, we've got the wheel brands. You've got Lizard, Continental, or Lizard. And Continental has got standard and a couple of different versions on the go there. Sidewalls on the front, yes or no. You then got your main colour, which can obviously be whatever you like, let's face it. And then your rim colour is obviously going to be your rims. Now, there is a few little tricks up its sleeve with this one. So you've got L, B and A ramps down. I'm going to put the back ramps down, no problem. We then do L, B and right stick up and down. Extends it out. So it's a long low loader to start with. Now it's an even longer one. That is ace. Oh, I do like that. We then do LB and right stick left and right. It's going to lower the trailer down, well, on the rear axles anyway. And then if you do LB and left on the D-pad, open cover. That's ace. Oh, that is ace. Just flips the sides up like that. So you drive on. You know, maybe you haven't got something that's got that much of a clearance on it. And when you've got something a bit bigger, fold them down. Away you go. Fold the ramps up. Off you go. That is ace. And next up is the CLAAS Cargos 9500. This is by MaxCon, 17.13 megabyte on the download, and you're going to find it under Forage wagons. Now, it's got a 44,000 litre capacity, 235 horsepower requirement for me tractor, 10 mile an hour working speed, and 145.5 grand to buy. You can then have Trelleborg, Michelin, BKT, Vredestein, and then back to Trelleborg on the tyres. And on Michelin's, you've got some wides as well. They look all right indeed, I must admit. Silage additive tank, yes or no. We're going to put it on the front. In the main colour, if you don't fancy going for CLAAS, well, you could make it Massey Ferguson red if you wanted to. Design colour again, we'll go over blue. It's going to do those bits. The design colour again, we'll go over voucher green. It's going to do those bits. And then rim colour is obviously going to be your rims. All right. Totally demolished this CLAAS trailer with those colours, but that looks all right, that does. Right, next up is the Lizard 60. This is by Farm Central Soul, 12.31 megabyte on the download, and you're going to find it under Auger wagons. Now, it's got a 6,000 litre capacity, 75 horsepower requirement for me tractor, and 8 grand price tag. You can then have the option of a cover, yes or no, so puts that on the top. You then got your wheel setups. You have your standard 2, your broad rice tyres, your auxiliary rice tyres. It's like something out of Mad Max. You got your duck foot wheel. Oh, I'd like that. When I see that on any wheel, that just looks awesome. broad rise tyres 2, auxiliary rise tyres 2, duck foot. No, go for the duck foot wheel. That's ace. Love it. You then got the capacity output, so you can have 6,000 or 8,500 litre capacity. You've got your main colour is going to be those bits. You then got your cover colour, which is obviously going to be your cover, and then your rim colour is going to be your rims. And whatever colour you print your rims, they're going to look awesome with the old duck feet on them. And next up is the JCB Backhoe Loader. This is by Kenny456, 29.71 megabyte on the download. It's going to be fun down the front load of vehicles, but this is awesome. I mean, when it came out in 22, it was great, and I'm glad it's back. So, 235 horsepower engine, 34 mile an hour top speed, and 165 grand to buy. You have the option of fast coupler auto tilt. So, this is going to be the one on the back. Yeah, you can have it so it auto levels to the ground. Entirely up to you whether you want to go for that. You then got your wheel brands, Nokian, Trelleborg, Michelin, and then back to Nokian again. Windows, you have your tinted, you can have your standard. You then got your main colour. Well, I'm going to go and paint it blue. I'm not quite sure if I like that, because let's face it, JCB is a UK company and it should be in the orange. Just saying. Your main colour too is going to do those bits, and then your rim colour is obviously going to do your rims. And now, this is not the only piece of the pie with this one, because you've got a load of attachments. Even though the front loader on the front of it is going to use all front loader tools as well, it's got its own pack. And we've got the universal bucket, so that's going to hold 2,500 litre capacity. You have the option to have it openable or just a standard bucket. Levelers, active or deactive. So you obviously, it just matches the level of the ground, to be fair. Then you can change the main colour to match up with your main vehicle. You then got a universal bucket, which will go on the back with the fast coupler. So again, you can either have it auto leveling or not. Collisions with materials, yes or no. Now, I'm going to show you something in a minute, and I think you probably want to have that turn on. Then you can change the colour to match up with the main vehicle. Same sort of thing with the universal bucket, but a bigger version, 2,500 litre capacity on that one. You then got a log grapple with the dangle option. All right, no problem. Change the colour if you want to. You then come down, you've got the log grapple fixed. So if you didn't fancy having it swinging around, you can just have it fixed, no problem. You then got the clamshell dangle. Obviously, that's got 2,500 litre capacity and swings around in the breeze. Or you can have the fixed version, no problem. Now, when I say the old collisions with things, yeah, I've got a bucket on the back and it sort of goes in between. It's because there's no collision on the bucket. Yeah, just saying indeed. Now, obviously, we've got a few things on here. So we've got the openable bucket on the front. So if you do LB and right stick left and right, obviously you tilt it back like that. LB and right stick up and down. Jobs are good. You can then do LB, RB and right stick left and right. It's going to open the bucket. So you just come along like that. You don't have to tip it out the front. You can just, open it up. Let it all fall out. You can then do LB and A, unfold the backhoe. Just going to do that like that. There we are, ready to go. And we can also put the stabilizers on, LB and B. It's going to put those down like that. And once you've got the backhoe unfolded, you've got the full shenanigans that you normally would expect with a crane of this sort of description. I mean, you can move it leftwards and rights on the back, that's alright. And you do a bit of digging. I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm not the best person to be using one of these, but alright, fair enough. And then when you fold it back up, just press LB and A, it puts the support legs away and folds it in as well. Oh, that is ace. Well, our last mod for the day is going to be the map Polanki. This is by Bartsanov 3, 184.18 megabyte on the download, and it's a fictional map with a European feel. And I will say on that note, it does feel a little bit like Sri Lanka, but alright, fair enough. Now, obviously, with certain maps, sometimes there is required mods, and with this one, we have got 5. So I'm going to pop them up on the screen now, and you'll see which ones that should automatically download for you if you're going to be going onto this map. Now, from a slot count perspective on New Farmer, you're going to be using 1,209 slots, and obviously, you are going to get some vehicles. So if we go into this menu here, we're going to have the FarmTech EDK 650, the Nocci Cross Max 300, the Nocci Eco Cultivator 300, the Conveyor Mini Air Nova Rigid, the Massey Ferguson MF5709S, the Massey Ferguson MF8570, the Massey Ferguson MF8570 header, the Massey Ferguson MF8570 trailer, the Pottinger Servo 25, the Salic RZK 300H, and the Zetor Proxima HS80. That's a decent bit of equipment to start off with, I must admit. Now, obviously, on Farm Manager and Start From Scratch, you don't own any land, but on New Farmer, you do. You own area, well, it's area here, 41, which is going to give you that field there, and then 44. And by the looks of the map, yeah, there's a lot of fields on here. Definitely resembling, I would say, that sort of thing from Zelonki. You know, long strips, multi-farmers in the area sort of thing. Yeah, we'll go for that anyway. Now, to be fair, little start farm, it's all right indeed. So we've got our sleep point just there, sleep trigger just there. And we'll come around here and we've got our wardrobe trigger just there. And then we'll come around here like that. And we've got a bit of storage under there. There's your harvester, there's your tractor. We'll come around here. There's your header on the trailer. We'll open up this door. There we are. A bit of storage. Whoa, watch out for that crossbar. Nearly took me in the face. We got a bit of storage under there as well. And then obviously round here we've got our cow barn. We'll open up these. And to be fair, these buildings came out today. And the map did. Oh, that is all right. Slowly taken out point just there. You then got this point here with the ladder, so you can go up to the hayloft. I remember this building. This was ace. So loading in point for your food and your straw in there. Then we come down the other end, and we've got our cow putting in point, animal dialogue box. It's a better word for it. So that's going to hold 20 cows, and you've got your milk taking out point there. Nice little block paved driveway. You got these little gates that open up onto the main road. Indeed. And to be fair, once you have a little fly around as well, you can see it's one of those maps where you could make easy progress. You know, rather than having to buy big fields all at once and saving up your cash, that sort of thing, you could, you know, just inch your way across the map, one small field at a time. Then once you've got a few together, maybe take out the odd tree here and there, make yourself a massive field. Oh, very nice indeed.